Good morning and welcome back, Starseeds. My name is Brittany, and I will be talking to you today about one other reason why I think each and every one of you is absolutely amazing. One of those things is that we all have a particular gift or word that we are going to be spreading, whether that's to simply the people that you come in contact with, just your family and friends, a couple people that you meet just maybe once or twice at a grocery store in a pass by and just a short conversation. Remember that in the simple moments have the most profound effect on our lives. The simple things, the ones that we connect to the most. And in each moment, we do not have to take monumental strides in forcing it to be there, in trying to make it happen so much. It's almost going to feel as if there are blocks if you're doing something wrong, because it's not flowing properly, and that causes a lot of the times for the brain to immediately think, okay, this doesn't feel right. Am I doing this wrong? Maybe I'm not on the right path. I'm doing this wrong. And that's where the ego starts to panic, and that fear comes up of, well, I don't want to fail again. I don't want to mess up this. I want to do what I need to do. I want to do the best that I can. And sometimes we get too caught up in the mind on how we are expecting the process to basically go. It should be easy. It really should be easy. Just allow yourself to be in the moment, and in order to do that, I have done meditating. It has helped me take a step back from feeling my emotions and immediately reacting to them as if they are the entirety of me, because that's not true. And I learned this when I was with my mother and her boyfriend at the time. They would fight a lot after drinking, and I would have to learn how to navigate that particular scenario multiple times over and over and over again in a high state of chaos at all times. And at first it was very difficult. I didn't actually navigate those waters very well. I ended up just making things either worse or not helping the situation along at all, because all I was doing was screaming and not reacting the way I needed to be reacting. As I got older, I got more and more frustrated with dealing with the same circumstance over and over again. It felt like just always the same thing. Why am I always the one who has to be the one to step up? This is frustrating. I'm the youngest of the situation. Why do I have to do this? I got focused so much in the why and the what was going on, rather than allowing myself to see the situation for what it actually was. And I was learning to stand within myself and know that I have the ability to do whatever I set my mind to, and to be fully present and not allow my emotions to reign over what I want to accomplish. So when it came down to it, my mother would be very emotionally unstable at the moment due to obvious circumstances. She used to get hit and hurt, and that kind of pain reflected from her, and I didn't know how to fix her, and I thought that I had to, but I didn't have to fix anybody. And that's the same thing. You don't have to fix the outside world to fix the inner. It's the inner that fixes the outer. And I resisted that so much that it took me another probably 15 years in order to me to get to the insight that I have now of the situation, where I can actually take a back seat to my emotions and not immediately react to them. I can respond to the situation at hand first and foremost. And I gained that through the issue that I had to deal with when I was younger. I have that tool now that I wouldn't have had I not gone through that situation. And now that I'm able to sit back and view that, it does make things easier. I'll admit that that tool makes things a lot easier for me in my journey. And I believe that that tool could make it a lot easier for a lot of people in their journeys. And the way that I accomplished this was that I did have to take a moment to stop, to just stop everything, sit within myself, take a deep breath in, let it out. Sometimes I had to do this for a good couple minutes and allow myself to get over the really intense emotions, because when people are physically being hurt in a situation, that is a really intense emotion. All I wanted to do was help, and I didn't know how to do that. But I couldn't do that if I wasn't here in the moment. I was in my emotion. I don't want to be in the emotion. I want to be in my moment. And in learning the difference between the two, it has greatly impacted the way that I can handle stressful circumstances in my life. And everyone is capable of doing that. It's a matter of taking your perspective on what you have accomplished and what you have learned and what you have gone through, and doing this exact same thing in your way. Because everybody's way is going to be different. I can't tell you to go out there and be like, 100% always meditate all the time, do this, this, and this, and it's going to 100% work for you. If you're not in the mindset of it wanting to work, it's not going to be there. If you find comfort in something else, and that gives you the same feeling, go for it. Go for it. What resonates with you is what's going to help you further. And finding your story and your truth is one of the most important aspects of this entire journey. It's what we're here to learn. And I believe in each and every one of you that you are capable of doing this in your time at exactly the moment that it needs to happen. The breathing exercises helped me a lot. Just breathe in, breathe out. And taking a moment to not necessarily focus so intently on the emotion. I have noticed that sometimes I enjoy just clearing my mind. I don't like to think about anything. And that's helped me out in order to get over the emotion that I'm currently feeling. It's almost like a disassociation. So for people who have gone through like really chronic depression, who know what that feeling of completely cutting off kind of feels like, it's like controlling that feeling to a point where I can literally put myself into the back seat of my emotions. And my emotions, I can almost see them visually in front of me, but I'm not necessarily allowing a physical reaction outside of my body. It's just I understand what this feeling looks like to me and how I perceive it and how I portray it because of that perception. And moving on from that and going, okay, well, that's not the perception I want to give out to the world. That's just the emotion that I immediately feel, because my brain doesn't like change in any way, shape, or form. So it's, if I feel my perception is going to be negative, then I'm going to feel resistance. If I try to find the positive aspect of the situation, I'm going to see more of it, and I'm going to see more of those in my life. And that's what's helped me out a lot. So coming from that standpoint, I think that everyone is capable of finding those points, those vibrational set points for themselves. And it's a matter of finding them. Find them. Go looking for them. Learning more about your true higher self and the person that you really are should be an absolutely wonderful, curious, exciting experience. Learn how to love yourself and learn how to get excited about learning more about loving yourself. Because the more you're excited about loving yourself and learning more about who you really are, the more you're going to want to show yourself to yourself. So I believe in each and every one of you that you are capable of doing this. Find the things that you love about yourself and then get excited about knowing more. and going beyond the things that you perceive are yourself. Because if you're looking outward for the things that you perceive as you, you're not going to find you. You're going to find perceptions on who you think you should be. The real you comes from your heart. It comes from love. So again, my biggest message to each and every one of you who ever listens to this is the 3 things that I want you to always remember. You are loved, you are worthy, and you are enough. So thank you very much for joining me today. I hope you have an absolutely amazing day. Go ahead and click that like button if you like this video, and click subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you tomorrow morning. Bye-bye.